So you're thinking of applying for a service dog, but you're not sure if it's right for you. Maybe you're asking yourself, what exactly is a service dog? Isn't it just a dog that I can take with me in public? Isn't it just like any other dog, but better behaved? We are going to answer these questions today. Did you know that an emotional support dog is not the same thing as a service dog, nor is a therapy dog? Let's talk about the differences. In the Americans with Disabilities Act, the U.S. Department of Justice defines a service dog as dogs that are individually trained to do work or perform tasks for people with disabilities. The key word here are individually trained to perform tasks, or also known as task trained. Some examples, and these are just a few, of assistive tasks that a service dog can do for individuals with disabilities include retrieval as a way to mitigate symptoms of mobility limitations, as well as open doors and perform behaviors that can support balance. Behaviors to help with dressing and undressing can assist with daily living. The dog in this photo is pulling off a sock. Deep pressure behaviors that can help ground an individual during a panic attack. The dog in this photo is performing the lap behavior while the client leans over and hugs him. A service dog can also perform interruption behaviors to interrupt maladaptive or repetitive behaviors like hand flapping, as well as hypervigilant behaviors and even nightmare interruption. These are just a few samples. There are others, but the key is a task trained on cue that mitigates the symptom of a disability. Now let's talk about what is not a service dog. Remember, the key to a service dog is that it is task trained, 1, and providing assistance to a person with a disability, 2. So the following examples are examples of what is not a service dog. Dogs that provide comfort just by being with a person. Dogs that are not task trained to a specific disability. Emotional support dogs that help with anxiety but are still not task trained. Assistance Dogs International is an organization that offers accreditation to any service dog program that can meet the high standards set for their members. TLC is an accredited member of ADI, and part of our requirements as a member is that all service dogs must perform a minimum of 3 assistive tasks that directly mitigate a symptom of a recipient's disability. This is a very important detail to note as it plays a huge part in the admission selection process. We are selecting individuals with the greatest need who will receive the most benefit and who will utilize the service dog skills the most frequently. Our dogs have had 2 years of resources invested in them to reach the high level of skill to meet these requirements. Now that we understand the definition of a service dog, let's talk about whether a service dog is right for you. The first thing to consider is your lifestyle. Having a service dog is a big time commitment. It is not like having a pet dog. Service dogs have rules and restrictions around behavior and need continual training for its entire life, which may be incompatible with certain busy lifestyles. Do you have the availability to commit to not just the daily care of the dog, but to the daily continual training of the service dog? Service dogs are expected to be with you and be supervised at all times. They should never be left unattended at home or crated for more than 6 hours. So really consider these rules when deciding if a service dog is right for you. Another variable to consider is your family. A service dog is not a family pet. When graduates bring the dog home from team training, they are instructed not to allow the family or the family pets to interact with the service dog for a minimum of 2 weeks. This is in order to help them give the team time to bond. So take a minute to think about what are your family's thoughts on following the rules around the service dog, drooling, shedding, barking. Does anyone in your family have allergies to dogs? Our dogs are not hyperallergenic. Bringing a service dog home is also a big change for your household. Do you anticipate any upcoming family or household changes? Something such as a move, a new job, deployment, pregnancy. Times of major change may not be the best time to get a service dog. A final consideration is how an increase in public attention will affect you. I've joked in the past that having a service dog in public sometimes feels like walking around with a purple, sparkling unicorn. People are going to notice your service dog. They will want to talk to you, and they're going to have all kinds of comments and questions, not always wanted. This increase in public attention can be an anxiety trigger for some, so please keep that in mind when deciding if a service dog is right for you. Okay, let's talk about the application process for a TLC service dog or facility dog. The first step is to visit our website to review your eligibility. If you're watching this video, you likely have already done that. Next, you need to complete a service dog application and submit it online. Once your application has been received, if eligible, you'll be sent instructions on how to upload a video walkthrough of your home and any required supplemental documents. Also, the individuals you identified in your application as personal and medical references will be sent instructions on how to upload the reference or medical provider form. Once all required documents, forms, and videos have been received in full, you may be contacted to schedule an interview with one or more individuals on our client services team, including our mental health consultant if you're applying for a service dog for PTSD. After the interviews have been completed, your application packet will go into review. If selected, you'll be sent the appropriate paperwork to be added to the pre-approved pool or waitlist. The waitlist times can be up to a year or more. Prior to receiving an invitation to a specific team training class, you'll be asked to attend a meet and greet to determine if a potential dog is a good match for you. Once a match has been made, an invitation to attend the next team training class will be sent out with dates and instructions. Our team training consists of 3 weeks of online education, followed by 1 week in resident hands-on education at our campus in Sylmar, California. It is very important to note that only the primary handler attends class, and you'll be away from your home and your family during this time. This includes your child with autism if you are receiving an autism service dog. So you must be able to travel without your family and cope with the stresses of being in a new environment while participating in the classroom or group setting. We hope you have found this information helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact our client services admissions staff. Thank you.